Okay, so they just had me watch a little bit more. I think part of it is none of them know it yet. So this is interesting. They're all still operating from their ego, and they all still, it's like everybody either believes or they want to believe. But in doing such, they still have these seeds of doubt. They don't know it. It is not integrated into them at all. They are so fascinated by the intellectual stimulation that arrives from it, it's feeding their ego. It's not feeding their soul. It's not feeding their heart. It's not feeding their knowing. They haven't gotten there yet. And some of these people, the way they're speaking and the way they're so impressed with themselves, I mean, they are so impressed with themselves and so impressed with so many others that they reference that are also very impressed with themselves. I don't know that when or if they'll be able to reach that knowing. They're so stimulated by the shock that the thing that they had a little bit of hope for or belief for came into fruition, that they might get stuck there for God knows how long. And so that was the difference. Like the things that they're so shocked about, it's like, oh, I know those things. I forgot that you guys still question them because you don't have belief. So there's things that it's like they haven't gotten over that hump, right? It's the idea that Jesus talked about in the Bible. It's like there's one of the kids, one of his crew was like, had to see to believe, which we all have this to varying degrees, but that's part of the doubting Thomas, is that it? Doubting Thomas? I don't know. They're saying doubting Thomas. It's that idea where it's like they don't understand that part yet. And so some people get really stuck and fixated there and do tons of studies. I mean, she's quoting all these people who they've had near-death experiences. They've had, 500,000 that they have interviewed. Like it's this kind of thing where they're so impressed with data and they get so hooked up on the data and they get so stuck in that stimulation of the mind and the fascination of what they hoped for, wished for, thought maybe, possibly is actually true. They believe it now. They're believers and they want to indulge in it. And who else? And who? Oh my God. Right? It's feeding that ego of that indulgence of something that is just known, but they haven't reached that level of knowing, that integration into one's DNA, into system, into their being yet. They're so far from that the amount of indulgence they're having in this awareness, this awakening, this revelation, this diving and digging into that is so stimulating to them and feeding that ego that they're better than others because they have just found and discovered what has been regurgitated for billions of years, but it's been recorded in what we have over 2,000 years. And so they somehow think they're new to that discovery, right? It's like, oh, good God. And so I don't know when they'll ever catch up. Likely not in this lifetime because they'll be too excited that their ego is better than, because that's what they're doing at the moment. Let me teach you. Let me teach you. Let me make you a believer, right? I know, right? And this is the same woman who was, injecting children and locking them up and keeping them away from their intuition, of which now she believes in, right? It's like, this is the problem. It's like until people experience it themselves, they don't believe it, understand it, know it. They haven't even, and then once they do, it's like, oh, now we do. Oh my God, but this is happening all the time on much bigger scales. This attempt to control others, to know better than others, to be, oh, I'm sane. No, I'm sane. Well, who is sane? The most insane people are likely the most sane people, right? But it's the people that are, quote, sane are really just controlled. And so they've cut a cord loose and they think, look at me, look at me. It's like, oh, God, help me. God, somebody help me. But But there's billions out there who are very aware of all the things that she's saying, see that she looks like a moron as she pronounces her newfound discovery that she needs to teach all of us. And so that's beautiful that there's enough people that know this stuff. They don't need her vomiting up her regurgitation of information that her ego has discovered and found and has convinced itself that its ego is the one and only finder of that information that she has found, learned, and regurgitated, and continues to find. And she's just, it's like you'd think she would know better, right? Why? Because she's gone to schools and has a paper and has a degree and has these things that other humans have labeled her with. And those labels have propped up that ego. It has not propped up her heart. It has not propped up her intuition. It has not propped up her better knowing. It has propped up her ego to feed other egos and to convince other egos that her ego is bigger than their ego. And she knows better. And let me tell you why. Right? And then she'll regurgitate all the things that she has learned from her ego. Does anybody hear this? It's happening all day, every day. It's so nice to be a hermit. Thanks so much for tuning in and listening. You can now purchase an audio journey with me using the link below.